So we'll be just reviewing the year, which was a very good year for Westport Tidy Towns, and especially as it was our 250th birthday. So 6 awards, was it? Best Large Town, Best in the West and Northwest, Best in the County, Gold Medal for the County, Junior Tidy Towns, and of course Pascal brought national honours to us as well. And I was just looking at the Irish Times had a piece there some time ago, and looking at the last 16 years since the introduction of the category awards for the village, the small town, the large town and the large urban centre, Westport has been the most consistent category winner 9 out of the 16 years, which is pretty good. So I think that deserves a little round of applause. Right, the lady who has been driving the Tidy Towns organisation for the last couple of years, and who tonight hands over her wonderful chain of office, Eithne Larkin.
Good evening, everybody. You're all very welcome on the bad night that's out there. I'm not going to hold you too long, but I'm just going to have a quick review of 2017. And I suppose 2017 was another very successful year for Westport in general, and for Westport Tidy Towns. And last night I was putting together a slideshow, and it just kind of brought back all the hard work, I suppose, that we did throughout the year. Sometimes, you know, you do something and you move on and you forget about all the hard work. But we had a hugely successful year. We started off with the national conference in March, when we had 160 visitors to our town, and we had a very sunny weekend. If you recall, we had Dermot Bannon here, and obviously that was preceded by the launch of our archives the night before, when we had a great turnout. And then Westport Tidy Towns were delighted to be part of the 250 celebrations, and we had some amazing events during that. The air show, when we had, well, I suppose there was various numbers tossed about as to how many was there, but there was certainly thousands and thousands of people. And I think when the air show was over, really that symbolised the success of Westport and the way everybody in Westport takes the tidiness of Westport so serious. I walked down the quay at about 9 o'clock that night, after there was, I suppose, roughly, I don't know, 20,000 people down there, and really and truly you wouldn't think there had been anybody down there for the day. And Westport Tidy, we actually weren't involved in the clean-up, but I think that just symbolised for me how serious. I don't think there's any other town that could host an event of such a size and have the place looking so immaculate within a few short hours. I suppose we had a little bit of sadness in Westport. Our friend Neil O'Neill, we lost him during the year. Neil was a great friend of Westport Tidy Towns through both on a personal level and his involvement with the Mail News. So I'd just like to remember Neil especially tonight. We obviously had our street party in September, which again was all about what the community of Westport is all about. And I think it's important that Westport Tidy Towns isn't a standalone group. We're very much at the heart of the community, and everything we do is kind of modelled, I suppose, and based on the success of Westport as a community, as opposed to just, it's not actually about winning the competition. As Dermot stole my thunder earlier on, we did have a very successful year. We won the Tidiest Large Town in Mayo. We won the regional award, which is actually quite a substantial award to win. It's the tidiest large town in the West and Northwest region. So it's the tidiest town in quite a large expansive area, right down from Galway all the way up to Monaghan and Donegal. So that's quite a significant award to win. We also won a gold medal, and this is our 17th gold medal. We had a very special award where our junior tidy towns won a community climate award, and that was particularly a special award for them. They put in a huge effort. We have a really good junior tidy towns. I think we have about 12 junior tidy towns on our committee at the moment, and they're really very enthusiastic group of people, so that was very exciting for them to be recognised nationally for their efforts. Of course, we had our local hero, Pat Scahill, and then Pat went and won the National Community Hero Award, which was really fantastic, and I don't think there's anybody that will deny Pat that amazing award. We obviously have lots of community heroes within our community, but this year Pat was singled out for special mention for a very well-deserved award. And then that culminated in Ireland's tidiest large town. And I suppose there's only one thing I'd like to say about Ireland's tidiest large town. We get a lot of comments, you know, when we come back from Dublin in September, people say, oh, you were beaten by a point or you lost. We've never lost the competition. You can't lose the competition. It's getting harder and harder to win the overall award. They're currently having a look at the competition as to what form it's going to take for this year. There may not be an overall award, they haven't quite decided yet. But to win our category and to win Ireland's tidiest large town is an absolutely amazing achievement. And I don't think it should be underestimated or deemed as a loss. It is a huge honour for Westport. So how do we do it? I suppose that's the thing. Secrets to success, there is no secret, I suppose. It's the first thing is partnership, and this is something that, you know, we talk to Tidy Towns groups all of the time. This is something that every other Tidy Towns group around the country asks us, how do we do it? And it's not easy. We get frustrated. Things don't happen as fast as we would like them to happen. Things don't happen the way we like them to happen. We give out about people, we give out about things. But at the end of the day, we're all working for the good of Westport. And it is that partnership that we just cannot afford to lose, or it cannot afford to be undermined. And obviously, supporting that partnership is hard work, consistency and commitment. Westport is unique in that we are the only town in Ireland who has consistently stayed at the top since we won back in 2001. We have never lost a point. We have never lost any of our awards. We have consistently won the county award. The only award that we did miss out on rather than lose one year was the regional award when Letterkenny won it, because you must win all the awards to win the overall competition, so they couldn't give us the regional award. But that's what makes us unique, is the consistency, and that's right across the community. And I suppose the partnership that I talked about between ourselves, the schools, West Mayo Municipal District, the businesses, Destination Westport, TUS, the Chamber, the CE scheme, everybody, the volunteers, it's that partnership and consistency that is the success of Westport. Despite us being nationally known, I suppose, as, you know, kind of the people in Tidy Towns competition, we're always willing to try new ideas, and we're not afraid to go to other communities and see what they do and learn from them, maybe take their ideas and have a look to see how we can implement them in our own community. And I think that that's very important. Community spirit in Westport is, again, people ask us, you know, how does Westport do it? What's so special about Westport? And I suppose that's something that can't be bought. It's just something that seems to be in Westport and in the people of Westport. But it is a huge part of the success of Westport Tidy Towns. Sponsorship and the support from West Mayo Municipal District. We obviously, it costs a huge, if you listen to Eithne, it costs a huge amount of money every year to run Tidy Towns with paint and all the different things we have to buy. And without the sponsorship of all the local businesses, local businesses buying into the window box scheme, and the support that we get from both financial and through manpower from the local authority, it's a huge part of our success. And I suppose vision is something that we have in Westport that they don't necessarily have in other towns. We're constantly looking at, you know, the bigger picture. What can we do better? And I think the events of the 250 celebration clearly demonstrated that the leadership we have is fantastic. 2018, what's going to happen? The one thing we cannot do is become complacent. Despite our success, it's very easy, and we do see towns throughout the country who maybe won it once and thought that they were made, and they moved down very quickly. Thankfully that hasn't happened to Westport, so we need to continue to move forward. We're hoping that very shortly we'll be launching, we had some preliminary meetings last year in relation to our biodiversity plan, so we'll be hoping that we'll be having the official launch of the biodiversity plan very shortly. And this, from a Tidy Towns point of view, from just the future of our planet point of view, is a very important plan that we all buy into. Zero waste is certainly the way forward, again, from a Tidy Towns point of view, most certainly for our future and our children's future. And we're really looking forward to hearing Roisin and her talk about her amazing journey so far in getting to zero waste. And that's something that we really need, I think, to take on board. Volunteers, we never have enough. We could never have too many. We have absolutely amazing, fantastic volunteers. We probably have about between 5,000 and 6,000 volunteers hours every year, but we're always looking for new volunteers, and it doesn't matter whether it's an hour a day, an hour a week, or if you have hours on end that you would like to dedicate to Tidy Towns, we're certainly interested in talking to you. Whether it's a weekly rota or just a Sunday morning rota, which might be once every 2 or 3 months, whatever little amount of time that you can give to us, we're more than happy to find something for you to do. The business community, we need to continue to engage with the business community. The success of Westport Tidy Towns going forward has to involve the business community, the publicans. We get great support from Destination Westport. I think probably from a practical point of view, the publicans could engage a little bit more with us, so maybe that might be one of the goals we'll set ourselves for 2018. New committee members, again, I'm sure Liam will be delighted going forward to any of you who would like to join his committee. You'll be more than welcome. We're always looking for new ideas, and again, our committee meets once a month for about 2 hours, so it's not a huge infringement on your time. Continued support from Westmere Municipal District, again, is hugely important. I know resources all around are getting scarcer and scarcer, but in order for us to continue to be successful, we do need their continued support financially and on the ground. And I suppose the big secret of our success going forward is our junior Tidy Towns. And we'll be hearing from some of them later on as to some of the projects that they have planned. And as I said, they're a great group and they are our future. So it's important that we can encourage as many young people as possible to join us. And I think they will agree it's not about pick and litter. In fact, they do a litter rota on a Saturday. So I think they might do it maybe once every 5 or 6 weeks. So really, if any young people and they're afraid they're going to be put out pick and litter, it's a very, very small part of what Junior Tidy Towns do. So I certainly encourage them to get in touch with us. Finishing tonight, so I'd just like to say thank you to a few people. My committee, there's obviously a few people in that picture who are not part of the committee, but they're important for other reasons. But to thank my committee for the last 2 years for the support. It's been great, and they're a great committee, very hard working, very dedicated, and as long as they stay in place, I think Westport will be in good shape. I suppose there's somebody who's really involved in Tidy Towns, Westport's secret weapon, Simon Wall. Obviously, in his professional capacity, he's had a huge impact on Westport and the way Westport looks, but I think it's probably outside of his working hours, the commitment that he shows to Tidy Towns is certainly over and beyond any town architect. The hours that Simon puts in, probably most people don't know about, but Simon is always available, has always been available to Tidy Towns, and that's just one of the things that Simon does. Myself, every May, and Ronnie Chambers keeps us in sweets and what I call sugar snacks as we work late into the night. But that document is our submission that we put in every year to enter the competition, and hours and hours and hours and hours of work go in to showing Westport at its best to the judges. We do get criticised sometimes for making it too big, but this year we managed to cut it down a little bit, but it's a hugely important document, and Simon's input into it is amazing, so thank you, Simon. Karen, our secretary, unfortunately is leaving us. So we really are sad to see Karen go. Karen has been with us for 3 years and has been absolutely fantastic. When I was chairperson the last time, we didn't have Karen, and I can see the difference that Karen has made And I suppose Karen also signifies the importance of the CE scheme to Westport. Karen has been with us through a CE scheme, and she really, again, has gone over and above just the duties that she's been assigned. Her heart was really in Tidy Towns, and she made a huge input into our committee, so I know she's not really leaving us, she's just leaving her job. I think Tidy Towns is probably still in her heart, so thank you very much, Karen. Going forward, I'm finished tonight, so there's no need for any to be any way concerned that Tidy Town is going to disappear, because it's in really good hands. Liam isn't always dressed in a suit, he can actually get out and do a bit of work as well. But Liam has been my vice chairperson for the last 2 years, so I think he's in a good position now to take over. And obviously Liam is a voice of calm, a voice of reason, so I think he'd be great in Tidy Towns as the chairperson. And I suppose he obviously is manager in SuperValue, and I didn't mention the importance of our local SuperValue to Tidy Towns. And it's interesting because talking to different towns around the country, the people who don't have, the towns who don't have a SuperValue are certainly at a disadvantage. And it's kind of the hub of Tidy Towns. If we need to know anything, we can always call into Liam in town. And obviously Noel Cavan is a huge, generous sponsor of Tidy Towns. So no pressure, Liam, at all. But it is the 60th birthday of Tidy Towns. The last time we won the national award was the 50th. So I think Liam, Ireland's Tidiest Large Town Award, is on the cards for this year. And I have no doubt that Liam will have the support of everybody that I had. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Eithne. I think she's done a fine job.
Yeah.